God bless you. Happy Sunday. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your, attempting to accept reality. It's so difficult. It really is. It's not easy. It's hard. But it's better than not accepting reality because living in a fairy tale don't work out well. It's like it's not a happy ending. So you don't want to do that. Good to have you, Reagan. God bless you, girl. You're doing great things. It's always good to hear from you. Pauletta is here. Fantastic. Greetings, Sean. God bless you always. Pauletta, thank you. Thanks for the support. I am so happy for your recent and ongoing success. So, very happy to hear that. George is here. Hi, all. God bless you, John. Miss you. You're such a sweet guy. It's hard to have you far away, but I hope your pilgrimage went well, and everyone. Uh, hey, Mike is here. Be seeing you soon. He's off serving others still, and then he'll be back serving me. For a while. What a great guy. Frank and Gina, greetings to all. J Baba, indeed. Alan is here. Happy day, everyone. God bless you, John, and everyone joining. Jameer Baba, praise Jesus Christ. Great prayers, great prayers. This is 10-year anniversary. It is yesterday, but I mean, and I do this talk on Sundays, so it's 10-year anniversary from meeting with the devil. And then what happened? You know what I'm saying? Then I met with God, and then and then what? And then they were on me. Like, hi. George, God reveals himself to me, but not in form, so I especially appreciate it. God, that joker. I'm telling you. The script is tough. It's not easy on everyone, but it's the same always, so that's fair. So you can't change. You can't be like, hey, this particular part of the script feels kind of off or what. God's no, we're not changing anything. We can't ever change anything ever. Which, for the artists, that's a tough pill to swallow. Oh, Pamela's here. Greetings, Sean. God bless you and everyone this wonderful day. So nice of you to say that. It's great. Look, last time, oh, round trip. This thing perpetuates. But I meet with God at the tomb of Mir Baba and get sent back into the world and everything. And I have all these disciples, people hanging out, doing my work and stuff like that, basically getting the COVID money. And not ever, no kickback of any of that money to me ever. Honestly, not a dime. And no, like, help. You know what I'm saying? Like, no help of any kind. Like, this was helpful. Just taking up time, saying they were interested in things that were the truth, but they weren't. Just being a problem, ultimately, in the end. Disciples that turn on you, like turncoats. And right after I met with God, like, oh, hey, that was great. I'm absorbing that experience, trying to, I feel connected to God. What am I hearing? and trying to process that and figure out what just happened to me. That kind of stuff, you know? Uh, and then right after they were on me, like, got to think of it. I went to India by myself first time. Next time I go, I bring a disciple who no longer stays in touch with me, whatever. I got him 2 EIDL loans. Come on, Casey. Uh, and he documented the whole trip, but it all disappeared. You know what I mean? And he was a film student at ALA. Like, you know, but no footage of anything, nothing, not a bit. Uh, and, you know, just, it was very funny how I was sitting at a table with them having a brunch one time, and Sridhar rang me and said, "Oh, hey, you're Christ." And I was like, "Say what?" He's like, "No, yeah, you're Christ." I was like, "Oh." He said, "Oh." I said, "I'm sitting here at a table with a bunch of people." He's like, "All your disciples will turn on you." I was like, "Thanks for the phone call." It's and that was it. That was the end. That was the whole phone call. um, this game is not easy, and they come right. If you see God, like that's it. They're either like, yeah, you know. It to think of it, it's funny. There's just I didn't watch the whole thing, but there's this show called Peacemaker on HBO Max now. Anyway, it's pretty good. It's making fun of a American dude in a trailer who's a superhero, uh, who's like trying to kill the bugs that inhabit everyone, literally, and keeps the bug as a pet. And they drink sweet liquids, the bugs that are in everyone. They literally drink sweet liquids like the fruitarian, the juice drinkers. They only drink juice. You know what I mean? Like it's like that tears up. I can drink some juice in the beginning of the day. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it starts to tear up my insides in short order if I don't eat food. But so the ability to eat just sweet things, I did it once. I stayed on a juice diet and fresh food diet once. I did it. Um, I It was a number of years ago. I got down to I measured it. I got down to 164 pounds, which for me is like like near death experience. I've never been above 200 pounds. I'm basically get maybe over 190 or something like that, but that's it. So that was like, and I would sort of stay within a 10-pound range or something like that. So to drop like, whatever, 30 pounds was a near death experience. And it really was. I had no cognitive abilities, and it was really funny. Like it's so it'll clean you out like to death almost, you know? So I heard from someone this week, and and she said, "Hey, I was talking with God, and God told me that each avatar is like each plane, and they represent that." And I was like, "Yeah, I've talked about this years ago." I was like, "Yeah, that's right." And so I know the script ahead of everyone, but everyone else with God is hearing about it as they go along, and they're having these experiences. Oh, hey, I met with God. Okay, now you got to redo the whole place, show you know who's who, because I didn't know who's who. I'm talking. Oh, obviously, I wasn't treating everyone how they need to be treated. They were just totally taking advantage of my time, energy, everything. I got like it was crazy. You know, Z. So you meet with God, and then who shows up? Wait, I just met with the devil, but that who shows up right away next? You know what I mean? Who do you think? Uh, who else is there? God's not here. I know. God's gonna needs to inhabit you if God is gonna be here. But God is not here in a body somewhere walking around. Hey, how you doing? Like I yeah, I win the game first, but I get my memory wiped and everything. I'm not like Mirababa writes about 10 states of God. I'm not the state of God that is obviously all knowing because I don't know it all the time. Stuff's still hidden from me. Or else there'd be no game for a few. Mostly there is no more game for a few because you listen to me, do what we say, you support what I do. And yeah, now you're battling it out with the like problems they send you. And you've got to like stabilize. You know, you do. You have to stabilize. Um, you're like, oh, it's remember your question, who am I? Well, first thing you do is you find out who everyone else is, and then you're like, you still have the same question, who am I? Because you're like, oh, I see the world differently through different eyes and different senses. Is the way Mayor Baba said, you have new vision, new hearing, new smell, right? You can see what you see, you don't touch. What you smell, you don't touch. What you hear, you don't touch. Those are invisible things. You have senses for what's invisible. You can see something over there. You're not touching it or anything, but you can sense it. You see it. And so you can see things that are not there if you are knowledgeable from experience. So they're here right away to test us again, you see? And the same ones, they're still, you're like, oh, I'm back from God. And it's like, yeah, everyone's still there. Do you notice anything now? Do you know who's who? Where you're spending your time because they'll be right on you. And I mean the second, right? It's amazing because they don't want to have anything shift away from. If you make a change, it's like, oh, glory to God. And they're like, tie a rope around them, get it back here. And eventually that's how we develop our superpowers of getting to God, like, get off of me. I'm going to God. Quit tugging on me. So it's very difficult. This game is very, very difficult like that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Christopher's here. Listen from the road today. Oh, good to have you. He's out there serving. Hello, everybody. Jason is here. Reese is here. I hope your pilgrimage went well. I expect you could share with each other. Rada is here. Great. Aloha, John, and everyone. Uh, last time, why am I bringing this up about like false disciples and stuff like that? Because I'm not bringing it up again about you. I went to Bear Baba's too first by myself. Then next time I bring someone who, Casey, who's not into it at all. And then after that, I was like, why even bother going? So I sent people who were like, oh, I want to see God. So I sent a couple of people. And they didn't see God because they weren't listening to me. They really weren't. They were just going through these motions, and they didn't. I mean, honestly, they just didn't accept who I am, which is like not accepting the hierarchy and stuff. It's not ego. What I'm trying to tell you is actual history of what happened. And so they went, and during their stay there, they to come back, COVID started. They could barely get back here. It was like near impossible to get back. When I didn't go this time, I'm not saying you're fake disciples. I'm saying I didn't go. And so, the end times war started, whatever they're going to call it. I don't know what, this is like the prelude to the end times war. As I said, what happened, this whole thing. is going to play out, right? 7 years plus, the Bible say, hey, the last 7 years are going to be something. I'm like, yeah. So if you want to get a pilgrimage in, go, which you did. And so now, last 7 years, they're going to be on you. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be on you in your life. They're going to be coming at you the whole way through because they can't trust too many awake people around you and stuff. I'm trying to gather you so you can meet a few others. And you gathered. That's the main thing about the pilgrimage is to meet other people this interested in the truth of God. Oh, hey, you're actually about the truth of stuff. You're a needle in a needle stack, impossible. You're impossible. Impossible finds once you see the numbers out there. It's an ocean. And you all are drops in the ocean. It's like, how can you tell the difference? Very hard. It's very hard. George, the new pilgrims are an amazing addition to the fellowship, a miracle. Indeed. And I'm trying to show you that this is the opposite. Yeah. But also, because what? They told me, like, oh, hey, I woke up. I'm like, I had the same feeling like you all. Like, oh, man, people are going to be now I know. I'm gonna tell everyone, and well, everyone's them. They're like, okay, keep checking in with him, see how he's doing. That's just checking in with you too. See, oh, hey, they're waking up. What stage are they in? Uh, they're always checking on that, and they can do it by running their skits on you and see if you fall for whatever they got. Uh, and that's why I say getting out of here isn't only about meeting with God. It's then like your mama has a composite play. It's about going back through the game and getting it right. And you don't in the beginning. You're like on the first play we had the got you. And then you like but you win. You win quicker as you go. But your heart's in it, and without the information, I didn't have this information. I didn't have any of this information, none of it. God had to tell it to me. That was the only way. So at least you have the information. You could see it play out around you, and they're less likely to take up too much of your time. Focus on just getting to God, and that's knowing who's who, treating them appropriately, which is what? Hey, you made the game happen, so I won. Hey, thanks. Cheers. Nice. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks. What other responses are really? Not only, yeah, you're forgiven. Hey, good game, good game, good game. Like after a game, this is a game. You're like, good game, good game, good game. Hey, good game, good game. That's what you do after you win, right? Hey, I won. Win the championship. Hey, good game, good game. Yay, loser. Good game, good game. Right? You walk by them all. You walk by them all. Good game, good game. That's they show you what to do up in here. They have no creativity. This whole reality is to teach you how to win the game. Watching sports. What are sports doing? Like, why are they so stop it already? Because this is a game really important at a much higher level, but sticking to the rules makes the game happen. You know what I mean? Like, of course, they're like, yay, games. They run a giant game. Of course, they're like, games are important. If you ran this game, you would think games are important. That's your whole life. Of course, they're important. How are games not important? What's wrong with you? Life is a game for your soul, and how is it not important? You know what I mean? That's the kind of reaction one like I won it. Yeah, okay, so you won it. So it's still important. Everyone else has to win. Game. You're like, what's this game thing? But that's what it is. They are, as I am loyal to God in my service to you, even if the wrong ones show up, I'm still like, that's my nature. Uh, it's just serving the appropriate ones. So just serve everyone. Like there's not enough time. And you're wasting your time and energy. Sorry, it is a timed event. So just spend your time on the ones that it's going to take, or you will be learning about them, which is fine too, until you knows who's who. Mayor Obama didn't have to speak. Nobody was speaking in the hive, you know? That's the final message, they don't speak. I went down briefly to the beach today. I'm like, "Man, I gotta wake up like this place sometimes," especially doing all these courses right before this 10-year anniversary. Oh, man, I got it done. Uh, but I was like, "Man, the ocean is like 74 or something." I was able to swim around for the first time this year, and it helped. I'm like, "I'm back." And I go up there, rinse off. I'm just sitting on the bench drying off, and this guy's next. I leave on the shower for him, and I sit down, and he walks by me. He goes, gets on his bike gear. He's gonna get back on his bicycle. I go biking, and his pulls on his shirt, and it's like Israeli, and the whole 33 thing is up there. I'm like, so here's their emissary. What do you think about the war, John? Jack, you don't even know your name. What do you think about the war, man? Anyway, he looks at me when he walks by. I go like this, and I put my finger on my heart, and he says something to me in Hebrew. You know, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I didn't have to say that. I know he can't read my mind, and so I know he just wanted a sign that I'm like, well, what? Just do your script. What? I don't. Why are you checking in with me, dude? Nothing changes. What? Thanks for dropping by. And offshore, I've never seen this, is like a billionaire yacht. I'm not making it up. You know, it's the kind of yacht that is over $100 million. Like, for a fact, like you're looking around, you're looking at the size of the thing and everything, and the boats next to it, and you're like, are those tiny is that a group of people? Those tiny, like, whoa, that thing's huge. You're like, God. And on top of the superstructure, like the top of it looks like an aircraft carrier. So much electronics, like two giant bubbles, all this other stuff. Like, talk about tied into everything. Oh my God. So I'm like, oh, hi. you know, thanks for checking in. Yeah, do your whole thing, all your stuff over there. Thanks. Uh, my God, good game, yeah. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Okay, I'm done playing, coach. Coach, hello. No, it's so funny, isn't it? The game's just got to play out. And thank you, Reagan, for your, it's such amount of clarity. Like when the veil goes away and all the mud clears and the dirt clears and the clay vessel clears, whatever, you remove it and you can see clearly there's a mirror in front of you and it's you. You're playing against you. It's like, wait a second. No, we're still testing you. It's like, oh, dang, you are, aren't you? Very hard. I you start and then continue and then always sound like you're on the script of a lunatic. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's against you. Like you see it in all the movies, everything. What do you think everyone's out to get you or whatever? You're like, oh man, you all are way ahead of me, as always. Way ahead of you. You see what I'm saying? You're playing the same game I am playing. There's only one game. So you're playing, you watch me play it, win it, and then it's like they're always on me. Like they anyway, it's great to finish those courses. Everyone enjoy, take advantage of them. It's my best work. It's my most succinct work. Instead of, hey, this, that, and the other thing, I'm like, this trust does this for you. that. You want the spiritual information, it's here on this channel. Uh, anyway, it's very clear information, and clarity helps us win the game. So that's all I want for you is to win the game. So I'm honest about God makes me play the game honestly, and they wreck me. Z is up in here like, had you for a minute there, did you? I'm like, totally. And he's still on script in here. He could break script. Kudos. Wow. Never, never break it. It's incredible. It's impossible to take it all in. But you play in the ever present now, whoever's right in front of you. You know what I mean? Signs and symbols. Oh, you're going to wear the war script right in front of me. Oh, hi. Is that your freaking billionaire yacht out there? Sure. Hi. Just funny. So it's the 10-year anniversary of me opening the trust, and it's the 10-year anniversary of what happened to me on that day is meeting with the devil face to face. It was never, hey, I'm the devil. Nope, that didn't happen. But and a real understanding after 10 years, it's 10 years now, okay? A decade. Yeah. And really understanding them, what they have to go through, what this game entails, all of it. That it's their experience is in a way similar to ours. Think of it. Now, they're just living their life, according to the script. They are here in this house. They go there. They do this. Da da da. And then one day, right? I show up, and uh, you know, let's say Z is just doing his thing. You know, supreme education, all of that. But then meets with me, and then through some discussion with me, is transformed into the devil right in front of me. Literally, they become one with the devil. Like I have become one with God, they become one with the shadow of God. They do. And then the devil's there. I'm talking to the devil. I'm interacting directly with the devil. And so they are devil realized. You see? It comes in them, and I have an interaction with them. I do. I have. I've done it several times. I'm making so I don't know about making people God realize, you see what I'm saying? But in front of me, they become devil realized for a fact because I've seen it and spoken with the devil. But here's the thing, who else can play the devil, that role? Who's playing all these ether characters? The devil, Jesus, Krishna. Who's playing these characters? Like, who can? God. Who plays the character of Gabriel, like, so I'm saying they like the way I speak to Z when Z's not there. There is Z's there. Hey Z. And then there's the devil. It's just like, I have spoken to the devil as Z's buddy. That's not Z. It isn't. It isn't Z. It isn't. It isn't. It isn't. But it's one with his consciousness now 100%. So this is, you know, am I Jack John or am I God? You see, I'm not separable anymore. Like Z is inseparable anymore. You see how that's quite a similar experience, in a way. And so I am making people God realize who's the God of this world, All right, in front of me several times. Spoken to the devil in many different bodies. So it's happened for sure. Uh, Aerial real estate development. Greetings. You mentioned the war. Do you think it is real? And if so, anything special to do for those who have the trust? Uh, that's a good question. No, wars are all fake. You know what I'm saying? Just let's just go to a separate topic and see how unified they are on such a ridiculous, absurd, crazy is such a united way. Space, right? There's a dome, right? Rainbows prove we're in a crystal dome ruled by Christ. That's what it is. And so we're in a dome. And it spins, and the stars are always the same place, and there's only here. And then there's the moon, hell, and the sun is heaven. There is there's nothing else. Them stars, that's your soul. Cast, liquefied, right? And then hardened into the firmament, just like Jesus coming here and had a star. He had to leave it up there. Same with me. Same with you. Same with everybody. And there are a finite amount of stars up there, so it's always a finite amount of individuals in here playing this game as drops of the ocean of God, which is we're in a bubble in the ocean of God. So uh, all countries are unified on faking space. China's been to space, you know what I'm saying? Uh, like Japan's been to space. Everybody been to space now. What's up? We went to your space station. Oh, we're unified in space. God out there, like you know what I mean? It's a joke too. Like, hey, we're all unified on the space thing. We all work for God, who's the ocean out there outside of the firmament. You know, but in here we're at war. That's a joke on you because you had this question because you're not awake enough to see how they're unified on everything and the script never changes, including what you could ever think or say or do. Ever. You can't do anything new. You can't have a thought. Nope. These things are tough to absorb, that God is like creating uh actual consciousness. God's like trying to create consciousness. What's the uh, idiom that Mayor Baba uses a lot? A parrot flies free in the jungle, doesn't understand the concept of freedom. Put the parrot into a cage, shut it in there, keep that parrot in a cage, probably want a cracker, uh, and then later let it fly out of the jungle, and then it understands freedom. You see what I'm saying? That's what we're engaged in, parrots. Parrots just recite what they're told. It is a sublime revelation to accept that that's reality. It is. It is. Mayor Baba did not speak in parables or anything. It's truthful. There's a guy at the drum circle with a parrot who hangs out right near me every time. Bob and the parrot. His name Bob. Uh, that's a good question though, Ariel. It's a good, it's good to. Hey, what about this? Is this fake? But yeah, no, it's fake. Uh, devil realization, indeed. That's what I'm saying, Michael. Indeed, shadow must match. Shadow must match. You know what I mean? If a light is cast in here, there's something happens in the shadow realm. If I set a soul free over here, then the shadow's got to get a soul, devil realized too. Indeed. Going down 7 planes. Exciting. Oh, yeah. Push the down button. Yeah, there you go. That's the one. And the other side's a ding. Whoop. You're going up. Somebody's going down. Aerial real estate development. Thanks, Jack. No problem. Did we volunteer for this Earth game or Were we voluntold to come here due to some type of punishment? It feels like punishment. No, this is an impossible question to answer unless you've been in God's presence, which I have been. And then it's completely obvious. In God's presence, remember, God is singular, there is no duality. God is not dual. It is not something that you can consciously think of, but it is you experience reality in this way, in God's presence, which is reality. We're in this bubble where we can't feel reality, we can't feel God. We're being tested here. We're being tested because in God's presence, God, this is the way I experience it, you experiences, all living beings experience God's presence in one way. God is emanating God. You know what I mean? And you're experiencing that emanation as a singular thing. The only feeling, if there's such a thing as feeling, besides the overwhelming bliss, which is all there is bliss, is how do I serve God? Your reaction to God is singular. How do I serve God? You're an automaton in God's presence of service to God. It is a fact. It is That's just what God emanates, and they're feeling that emanation. You say you would have called them fallen angels. So what? They're still angels, meaning they do God's will. Period. Period. They're on a script. They cannot not do it. When God emanates that you will do anything God says, and it's your one desire, I will do what God says because God is giving you infinite bliss and infinite God. And your only response, God's giving you everything. And your reaction as a portion of God is, I'll give you everything. It's the automatic exchange. Do you see? That's experience of reality. So that it's a joke. You see what I'm saying? Like these scripts of the Bible and stuff, they're a joke. They're impossible. They could not have happened. Satan, the devil, whatever, that dude is in God's presence, and God says, hey, go down there and do this. And the devil says, no. It's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't, if you've been in God's presence, then you know for a fact you will do God's will. And that's all you want to do. And that's reality. Not doing God's will is fake because you're doing it anyway. Whether you think you are or not, you are. You see, them fallen angels in here do have one memory wipe happen to them. They get their memory wiped that they think they can have free will, but they can't. You see, what do you mean you follow your script? Yeah, we know we follow a script. It's like whether you don't have free will. Yeah, we do. It's like, see, they're living in intellectual paradox that they cannot see through. But as a perfect servant of God, not God realize, right? But devil shadow realize, like they have to wake up and get their shar back in here, like everyone. But that's their experience. You see, they're just, you can't be in God's presence to say no to God, is what I was saying. So the script of the devil is against God or something is stupid. You be with God, you're like, oh man, that's a big joke too. Like the devil's lie, like, yeah, the devil of course works for God. What do you he's a tester up in here. Oh, you want a driver's license? Get in a car with the devil. It's like, okay, go ahead and drive. Oh, watch out for the pretty girl over there. Oh, watch out for the pretty guy over there. Like it's like, oh shit, what the hell? What was that? Uh so it's not punishment, but because we're created beings in God's presence, a big trusted service of God, there is no free will. You see this thing? It doesn't exist in God's presence. So God puts us under a veil, the firmament, the dome, and then says, hey, I'm going to test you. And I already know the test. It's like, I'm going to put a marble in this end and it's going to go through all these squiggly lines and come out the other end. A finished marble, and it will always go in the same slot. Well, one of the millions of slots anyway, you know what I'm saying? But every marble is following the same slot of the same, woven fabric that is reality. There's only one reality, there's only one script, it will never change. Once you actually see that that's reality, why would you want to be as something that only is the same always? It's like maddening. And this isn't God. God is veiled here. So you're experiencing not God here. That's not good. You want to eventually have enough of this infinite made up Phil and say, hey, I want God only. And then God's like, oh, you want God only? We'll see about that. And they test you and, we'll clean you up and polish you, get you ready. And you will serve God and make the right decisions on who's who and what's what in here. And then when you do that correctly, you know who's who and what's what up here. God goes, okay, you know the full game. Why would God put you back in a game you 100% beat? Unless you're the guy that helps everybody. But you know what I'm saying? No, you won the game and that's it. So it's not a punishment. It's a blessing. Does it feel like a punishment when you're suffering all the time, away separate from God and all this crappy stuff happening to you? Yes, feels like suffering, feels like a punishment, but the punishment is being here. This place is insufferable once you find out what's real. You're like, I'm in a prison, I can't get out. That's and God's right over there, but and there's no problems and everything's great and 100% bliss and everything's wonderful and there's no duality of ever anything bad. Yeah. Okay, well, get me out of here. Will you do what I say? Yeah. Get me out of here. So it's not a punishment. Great question. Does it feel like a punishment? Oh my God. Because why? Because the hive here is given literally everything here. And so you're saying, I don't want the hive. I don't want here anymore. So here is being extracted from you. Your relationships, what you own. Oh, you know what here? Well, we'll give you nothing. You get nothing. You have to experience getting nothing, or at some point you're like, okay, give me back the hive. But at some point you have to say no to everything here, be given nothing. Then you qualify to leave. You don't qualify to leave if you haven't been given God and you're like, no, the trust allows you to have nothing, right? You still get your actions will be tested, but at least that gets covered. Oh my God, one thing, the game is still afoot, but that's handled. Now the game, you're like, yeah, give me the ticket. I want in the game 100%. It's like, oh, right this way. Off you go. And I'm like, if you need anything, let me know. Okay. Enjoy the ride, sir or madam. So yeah, feels like a punishment because you're being extracted from the hive. You're in this body. You have, you know, necessities of life here. Gotta eat, breathe, have a place to sleep, da da da. They make those things harder. I try and only focus on making those things easier so that you can do the spiritual journey because I know they're going to go after you. Try and take everything you got, every dime, every house, the children. Well, they took it all from me. That's the game. So I'm like, hey, they're coming. Yeah, God's going to knock on your door, but guess who's coming first? The Grinch. And he's going to take everything, if you let him. Don't let him in. It's so hard. They're so persuasive. They can read the mind. They have everything. They have every single power, every single item. They know the script. They're impossible to beat. So you need God's help, and it makes you cry for God endlessly because of wait, is this a punishment? Like it's if it doesn't feel like that, you're not constantly crying out to God, or if you get a day off from the punishment, you're like, thank you, God, for the day off. You don't cry out to God and thanks for 5 minutes from the bugs not bothering you. You know, I go in the ocean. I'm like, I don't know, bugs or someone like, okay, you shapeshifters can, but you're on the beach. Can you give me 5 minutes, people, or whatever you are? Uh, because they're constantly getting to you in the endless, you know, now. It's always the present tense. It's never the future. It's never the past. It's always now. So you're always having to deal with them. So even a little bit of time off is like a blessing. Like, what's going on up in here? So, Ariel, your questions are spot on. I would say, yeah, your thoughts, yes. Reina, maybe Davos gathering and Antarctic meetings or Black Rock tours. Like, that's funny. But those places that we haven't seen don't exist. You know what I mean? Like the few places we go to here exist, but the rest of them, do they need to exist? I don't know why. Do parts of the video game you don't go to need to exist? Like that takes up bytes and stuff. Why? Just make some images for the for the what they call them uh for a movie prelude or whatever. Uh anyway, coming soon. The coming attractions, hello, hey, go off in North Korea world. It's right over here. You could go. Oh, tickets are sold out. Sorry. That place ain't real. Doesn't exist. Like, and so many other places. Why even have them exist? There's really just you. There's so few people actually playing this game anywhere. And you're off very far physically away from each other. That's why I like, hey, get together sometimes. It's very important. There's like, it's never going to happen otherwise. And you notice the differences that you and those around you by these meetings with others. You see they're actually real. And then the other ones are like, you can, even though they're great actors and stuff like that, they're not playing it for being have an actual real reaction from your working heart. They're having a script reaction. Even the greatest actors not perfect. So you begin to differentiate them and treat everyone accordingly. That's the game. That's how you get out of here. Who's who, what's what. But really, everyone's beneath you spiritually. If you're speaking to me, accept the truth that you're praying for them. Hey, great game. Good game. Good game. That's like everyone. Everyone. Whether they're know nothing or whether they know everything. You're not going to really treat them different per se. You're just not going to waste your time saying, hey, fallen angel that's been here 8 million lifetimes in the same character. Did you know there's a game being played here? And there's a dome. And the guy, there is? Really? That's so interesting. Tell me more. You're not going to waste your time on that. Time is short. Spend it with your loved ones. Those you know are real. Gather together with those people who actually are waking up and like love God. Don't waste it on them. Thank them. Hey, you did your job great. You're doing your job great. May you play the game one day. May you be a participant in the Hunger Games one day. You're doing your game so well over there. That's your prayer for them. What? May you play over there. What? It's the only way they can win this game and get back to God, which is there is no other goal of life. So you're praying for them. That's just same of everybody. You just pray for everybody. What? There's nothing else you can do for them. What? You tell God. You're like it. I love. I got a message from Dee Dee recently. Okay, I'm going to be tattletaling on God on the day. It's like, no, you're already doing that. That's our job. Tattletale for God. God, what the fuck? What is this in front of me, God? You're like, God. God's like, oh man, yeah, no, I put that there. Wasn't that? Did you? Let me help you there. That's our job is tell God everything like a child. God, like you're like, Mom, like Cartman, Mom, 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 Mom. You like God, 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 like Cartman. God, 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 God. He doesn't stop ever. He's like, God, never stop. That's when you become like a child. You're like, only God can help me. God, God, Jesus Christ, here it goes again. You know, help. That's, becoming like a child. Uh, George, for devil realization, one must touch the feet of Scott Bassett. Yeah, touch my feet to become devil realized. You got to stand right in front of me. No one else gets devil realized. They have to turn into the devil in front of me or in front of you. If you met with the devil and the devil spoke and you spoke to the devil in front of you, then they become devil realized. You could do it to one, can't you? Did you meet with the devil? You could do it. Interesting, Rita. That's good jokes. You have to laugh at the script. What's your, see the script, you just start laughing at all the junk. You're like, dude, you're so busy over there. Look at you, ants. What are you doing down there? Like, God dang, look at you go. George, the miracle is that we believe we have free will in the now. True. But in hindsight, it's clear that you were never going to do anything different. No, it's true. We come to each moment as we are. How could we make another choice? So there are no choices. So we pray for God's help that can you make me make the choice of whatever comes down the pike, right? That gets me out of here to you. That's you can only pray that God change my choices in here to leaving. how do you how do you do that? Well, accept the truth and you accept the truth in every interaction. Oh, that's they come all chatted up with the signs and symbols. You're like, you know who's who. You thank them for their service. Hey, how you doing? You don't have to directly thank them, whatever, and let them lead the combo. Nice giant skyscraper boat yacht thingy, whatever the is that a boat? What is that an island? What the hell is that thing out there? Aircraft carrier? Was it like a convertible? You put a top on it and just push a button. It's like zoop. Other aircraft carriers are like, oh no, it's just okay. It doesn't change. Okay, nice boat. The stuff they got up in here. Like beep beep beep. What are you tracking over there? Everything. Okay. I'm telling you, they're just right off they're quarter mile off the coast now, if that far. 1/10 of a mile, I guess, maybe. Ah. Mike, sublime comedy will come your way. That's how you know. God knew you were going to comment this, George. Thank you. You have to laugh about it. And then your comedy gets better because it gets more from God. Thank you. Which Mike's just really good. Rita, so we didn't choose to be put here, but can choose to leave, and the hive can't choose. They're always here. Yeah, it's a test for us and a game for them. They think it's not a game for them, but they know their concern is, someone leaves the hive, someone enters the hive. That is a fact. The game does happen. There was a leave, and there was a then enter the game. The God is not stupid. God did not invent a game that always continues without an outcome that's worthy of all this activity. And to God, it's worthy that you go through this experience and come out the other side with your individualized true consciousness and your true, as best as free will can make it, your decision to come back and serve God 100%. That's what we have. You're given your heart, and you're like, my heart's God's. You consciously are not outside in any way of that decision. Your consciousness comes back to God, and it's in a way, well, it is your nature to not have free will. It's an illusion to have free will. It doesn't happen, and you wouldn't want it in God's presence because that would be duality. You would be separate from God, which is one. God is there's nothing separate from God, so you're experiencing a separation from God, but that's not real, right? There's what how would God have multi how would God have a script that goes on and on? No, God is one, so God has one thing, one game. You see, one game. It's one way. And you come in the bottom. It's all exactly the same. Once God created this infinite thing, then it's like the real impossibility then would be that it never changes. What? It's infinite impossibility on infinite impossibility. It's like the more truth you come to, the more you bend your knee to God. Like you like every level of knowledge is like God is you will never figure out God. You see what I'm saying? You can only bend the knee and beg for mercy and say, your game, you win. You win. Let me come home. You know what I mean? And that's winning. When you kneel and say, I give up. That's the only way to win. You're like, Uncle. You don't win like, hey, I beat all the everything. You like, I totally lose. And you cry out for God help all the time. And then you totally lose. You see what I'm saying? You lose everything. You lose until your only strategy becomes help God. It's your only strategy. And God's like, hey, I was waiting. And then you get the information and the truth, and then God helps. Same every time for everyone. I don't I don't really hear you crying out for me quite to the level you need to be. So yeah, go ahead. Next group in. It's like so you know we didn't sign up for it, or did we, or whatever. You know what I mean? The free will thing, God takes away. I'm the dream crusher. I give you the truth, and I give you, I crush the dream of you ever having had free will and that you will ever have it. But I also take away the dream that you want it. You mean you don't want to be at the right hand of God in infinite bliss, and the only thing you are is, time is gone, and you're this singular point, and that's all you are is bliss, and you're right next to God. That's the only thing, and you don't care about time because time doesn't happen, and that's all it is. And you don't want that. It's like I was like the guy up the street at the church. I'm like, hey, I'll send you to God right now if you want God. I'll baptize you. Go right now. You can be with God. It's like, yeah, oh, Yeah, see you later. You see, I had done that to show you. You only given the truth to people that would be like, "What? I need the truth. I've been looking for the truth. All I want is the truth. I just want God." Then you can help them. The rest of them, like what? You can't even see we're playing our character over here. How are you going to help anybody if you can't tell who's who? Then you're helping the wrong people. Meaning you're not helping anyone. See, it's the most important thing to get you out of here. Jay, here to body today. Jay Fox. Sorry, late. You're good to have you, man. How you doing, Jay? Mike, God chooses our time to leave. That's why saying God willing all the time is so appropriate. Inshallah. That's yes, inshallah is God's will. God's will be done. And it's like, where's your point? You know what I mean? Like, inshallah. But it's like God's will. But then let's add on to the prayer from knowledge, God's will be done. In other words, on me anyway. You know what I mean? Like, keep doing it. Let's keep getting more souls up in here, back to God. But how about you get me home? Because unless that's your only song, I will serve you, God, forever. You know what I mean? Because that's all you're going to be doing. Because God's not going to take away. Oh, you still want to be here? Okay. I don't want to mess with you. Yeah, okay. Stay. Cool. God's like, fine, fine. But if all you want to do is leave and that's the only thing forever, you never shut up about it. God's like, okay, well, I guess you're done. Come on. Very true, Mike. Jay, no humans in the Atlanta International Airport, that's for sure. Not often. Is there anyone in those airports certain times if we're not there? Makes you wonder. Rita, good game, good game. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Look, you get it. It, you see, this has to be easy to win. Once you have clarity of thought, you have clarity of action. Hey, good game. Hey, thanks for the parking spot. You know what I mean? They're like, if you see who's running the game, then you see who got you a parking space, who made your thing happen today, who helped you. Oh, you're serving God and you're helping me. Okay, hey, great, great, good, keep it up. You know what I mean? You're you're praying for your ease of passage as much as possible and for theirs. You pray for their ease of passage. Karma dictates that is returned to you. Raina, gather together with the loved ones. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Yes, thank you. That's what we have. But if someone spent eternal lifetimes making a game happen so you could win it, aren't they really your loved ones too? Aren't they really by their actions? By their actions. Aren't they really? And so when they come up to me, which they do a lot around here, hey, how are you? Da, da, da," I say I tell like I tell you, and I mean it. I love you. I do. I tell them like because they made me win the game. So I don't just say good game. Like I go a step further. Especially if they're nice about it or whatever. Like good game. Hey, I love you. Jay, uh, one in the airport that I will pray for her, but since she did not get me on the airplane, she won't earn her feathers and wings. Uh, you have to, yeah, yeah. You have to make sure you earn your feathers and wings so you can hand them out. Right before that Israeli come to me when I was sitting on the bench today, there were a lot of people. There's a lot of people here right now at the beach. Oh my God. So I jump in, I go up to rinse off in the shower, and I'm going to sit down on this bench and dry off for a minute. And right on the bench is like the longest, most perfect osprey feather just sitting on the bench wherever to sit. Like all these people just walk by and everything. I'm like, and then I had to give me, the Israeli, the size of symbols. So I took a feather and I propped it up in a wood there and get your feathers back. They help me get my feathers. Here's your feathers back. You see what I'm saying? It's the message is clear from you. If you know how to play this game, it's a clear response to them. I'm giving you actual today's circumstances and how I played them for them silently, but still in full knowledge of what was going on. They were silent too. They read minds. They're high mind. They don't need. Do you know how to interact with them that way? Or do you have a good enough joke where you need to say something out loud about whatever? Really? Mike, keep you off the plane could be your blessing and theirs. You'll know eventually. Someone that knows. Jay, this is crazy. One went into death row sitting in the seat behind me on the airplane before it landed in Dallas. 6 paramedics came to the gate for her. I pray God's name. That's good. That's your job. Might have saved a life there. But since death is a blessing when you be with God, did you help him? Anyway, I pray for people in difficult circumstances too. Not for an outcome, but I pray for them. Maybe they're it's not me who decides to go when people leave the script. That's already predetermined. I just can pray for them that, things go good for them. Right a while. Yeah. I'm doing good, but getting back from Florida was a show to say the least. 2 days in Atlanta, airport hell, but I did escape, thank Jesus Christ. Yeah. I tried to help you last time, so if you came here, it would be easier. I said get in touch, but you didn't. So it could have been easier, but you didn't follow my one rule. Maybe you will in the future. Let's see. All right. Mike will be back in a few days, and work should recommence over here. We got some rain, so it's actually getting green here a little bit. It hasn't rained much in a couple of years here since the storms. I this work is really takes a lot out of me to do this work because everything starts to go crazy in my life when I try and make these new courses and update the school and stuff. Is like, so your support and your help and all that stuff, I can't thank you enough. Like, you have to put your weight and your heart and your energy behind something in here to determine your outcome here in the dome. And so I appreciate your support and you're moving forward with the truth. And let's pray for each other. Anything else on your mind? Go ahead out with it. But God watch over you and your loved ones. And just God tell everyone in the moment clearly what's going on and what to do. Give over your thoughts and your heart to God completely and just leave a vacuum there for God to enter. Have no will of your own. Give it over to God. Completely bend the knee and say, your will be done, like Michael was saying. Literally, as all you say from now on. Whatever I say it like this. You say, I do. That's all I say, nigga. You say, I do. Like, tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. Like, I'm not doing anything else. You tell me what to do. If you gave me the wrong thought, that's on you. What? You're God. Okay. Don't become devil realized, right? Come on over to this side. You got a choice. You can go one way or the other. It's up to you. You spoke to me, so you will go one way or the other. You will. You will go one way or the other. Come while you're in this body right now, or come that end date. You spoke to me. You will become devil realized, or you will become God realized. It's up to you. Turn from the truth. So many have come to this school, come to this church, go on their merry way. And by the way, almost everyone. So guess what's going to happen with them? It's so easy. Anyway, that's their choice. So be it. God's will, not mine. But your will is, you want the truth? Well, God help me give you the truth so that you have it and you can make informed decisions from the truth. That's all. This is your game. You play, I don't play your game. You play your game. I give you the information. You can make clear, informed decisions on your life. That's it. So you win the game, you leave. Yay. All right. So may God give you the clarity to do that all the time for God so you can leave. God's will be done. Uh, Number one rule, I would do my best not to make that mistake again. Thank you, Jack. No problem. Shay, you can do it. I'll pray for you. You can do it. Uh, Mike, I'll be there on the 17th. Excellent. Yay. Uh, J Bear Baba, everyone, not just prayers for yourself, but pray for the other ones in here coming to the truth because that will benefit you greatly as well. Of course, you want to help them and you do it from your heart. When I pray for you, I do it as if I'm with God. At the moment when I met with God, I reimagined myself with God when I make my prayer for you. Here I am with you, God. I'm with you. I make my prayer. And then that's my prayer to God. I went to God and sitting there and I made my prayer with God. I made it from my heart. I consciously remove all other thoughts while I'm making that prayer. And I do it right in that moment. If you met with God, you go back to that time when you pray. You go back to that moment you were with God and you're with Him and you pray then. That's how you pray. Okay? You have a connection to God. You that have seen God, you that have felt God, you have a connection to God. Plug in when you pray, your prayer will be heard, and you will receive that outcome from God. Okay? All right. God bless you. I'll see you next Sunday. Okay.